What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video here on Pig City Hockey. Now, this is going to be the first upload of our double upload today regarding the Winnipeg Jets and the upcoming NHL trade deadline. The Winnipeg Jets market looks like it's starting to heat up. Every game that goes by when we lose, after that Calgary game especially, our mathematical chances get smaller and smaller. It is definitely not looking like it is going to be a playoff season for the Winnipeg Jets, so that means it's time to sell off the assets. Andrew Copp has been reportedly linked to multiple different teams. These teams include the New York Rangers, the Boston Bruins, the Tampa Bay Lightning, the Toronto Maple Leafs, the Washington Capitals, and the Edmonton Oilers. They've all taken interest in the Winnipeg Jets forward, and let's talk about it. So what are you going to get if you're any of these teams trading for Andrew Copp? Well, Andrew Copp, honestly, is the best definition of the modern day utility player because he can play anywhere in your top six, in your bottom six, and be an effective player that can score you goals, kill penalties, and just be an overall dominant force on 5-on-5 hockey. When you look over at his advanced stats, they back up everything that I'm saying. He is a solid contributor across the board on almost every area of the ice. Obviously, his defensive rating as well, I will argue, are better than that 33%. That really just has to do with where he plays. The Winnipeg Jets, their top six, does not play almost any defense, and he has to make up for a lot of slack. Mark Scheifele doesn't play a lot of defense. That's one of his line mates that he plays with from time to time, and he has to make up for that slack. So I think if he was in a better system with better defensive players that actually contribute a lot more in their own end, I think those numbers go up a lot. So Andrew Copp really is, in my opinion, one of the best assets out there for a team trying to win the Stanley Cup, because he's not going to be this flashy, amazing top six guy for you, but no matter how good you are, no matter how deep your four lines are, Andrew Copp can find a place on any one of those lines and be an effective player for you. For the Leafs, I think he would be a really good asset for their top six as well as their power play and penalty kill, but he could also play a bottom six role and be really effective, jump in on the rush from time to time and score you goals. That's what wins you games in the playoffs, and clutch goals are something that Andrew Copp is really good at being able to do. I think this trade makes a lot of sense for a lot of other teams involved that are trying to compete, but obviously all those heavy hitters are interested in Andrew Copp for a reason, and he brings a lot. Last year was a career year for him with the Winnipeg Jets. 55 games played for the former 4th overall pick, 15 goals, 24 assists, 39 points, really coming to his own, finding his way in that top six. The year before that as well was a career year. He's only gotten better. Actually, that wasn't a career year, pardon me. His career year up until the 39 points actually came in 2017-18. He was dominant that year with 28 points, but he's been a very good, consistent player, playing everywhere in the Jets lineup from the top line to the third line and being a real staple down there with Adam Lowry for a large part of his career. I think that, like I said, he could fit anywhere in your lineup. I really think out of those teams that are best interested, I can really see him playing really well on the Boston Bruins. I think his game would really match up well with the guys that are already in that system, and I think it would really complement, as well as him playing on the Lightning. Lightning fans, he's basically like a better version of Blake Coleman, so I really think he would slot into your system well and be a beneficial piece to help you try to continue and win a three-peat for the Stanley Cup, which hasn't been done in a while. The Leafs as well, I think that makes sense. And why I think the Oilers are interested as well is because he's similar of a player to Zach Hyman. I actually compared the two players last season heading in to the offseason and their contracts they could potentially get for each of them. I think that if you give him an opportunity, Andrew Copp could be even a better offensive version of Hyman at times, and as well play a really good second line role. He could be exactly the type of guy you want to have a balance between Draisaitl and McDavid and the guys on their lines. Again, maybe you want someone better, but I still think Copp would fit the Oilers team really well, as well as every team on here. The Capitals as well, I could see Copp being a really good fit in that top six, helping them kill penalties and just be a good passer and screener on that power play. There's a lot of benefits to having Andrew Copp, and I really think that he fits in well on almost any one of these teams interested in him. So I hope that the package gets made. If you're asking me personally, I do not want to see him go for other than a first-round pick. I think he's worth it. I think he's definitely a top 5 asset going into this deadline. And when you base it off the fact that last year the Leafs traded for Foligno and paid a first-round pick, and not only that, Savard went to Tampa for a first-round pick, and those guys are good, don't get me wrong, but they're not near as good as the players that Andrew Copp would be. So I think the Jets can easily get a first-round pick out of the former 4th overall draft pick, which is definitely a good return based off the years you got of him and the production, and also getting a high draft pick. He's gone to arbitration for 3 years in a row now, so I think his time is up with the Jets. But again, I'm just a fan. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. If you're a fan of any of these teams, do you think that he will get traded to you? What do you see? What do you potentially see the packages are going to be? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section below. As always, if you're new to this channel, definitely drop a subscription. Stay up to date with all the Winnipeg Jets trade deadline news that will be coming out as we get closer and closer to that hot 12-hour period where all the phones will be ringing in the NHL, and it's going to be a very busy morning and afternoon. So with all that being said, peace, love, and positivity as always. Follow all my socials and check out the affiliated links in the description below. Have a great rest of your day. Brendan Dillon trade video coming out in just a couple hours, so turn on notifications if you haven't already. Like I already said, have a great rest of your day. Go Jets, go, and bye-bye.